Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to another math week. We are so excited this week to jump into our lessons because I've been waiting all year to talk about this. And today we are going to be learning about money. So I want to go over our I can statement. Repeat after me. I can identify coins by their names and values. Awesome. So today we are going to be focusing in on the coins of money. And we're going to be talking about 4 different coins this week. Today we're going to start off with 2 coins. We're going to dive deep into those. And then on Wednesday when we come back, we'll be speaking about another 2 coins. But I do want to introduce all of our coins today. So our first coin, which is our first president, is George Washington. We call this coin a quarter. A quarter is worth 25 cents. Our next coin that I'm going to be introducing is our dime. Our president who is here is Franklin D. Roosevelt, or as we like to call him, FDR. Our third coin, who was also our third president, is our nickel. We have President Thomas Jefferson. And our last coin is our penny, who has President Abraham Lincoln, or as we like to call him, Honest Abe. So today we're going to be going over 2 things. Identifying coins by their names and values. Now I want to go over our critical question today. Our critical question is, why is it important to know the value of our coins? The most important reason why it's important for us to know the value of our coins is because when we go to buy something, do we buy something with monopoly money? No. Are we going and trading in our sneakers or our favorite toys to buy stuff? No. In the United States of America, we use money in order to buy things. So when you go to the corner store, or when you're going to Walmart or Target or any of these places, you have to use money in order to purchase an item. And when you use this money, you need to know the value of it so that you can make sure that you are, first of all, buying it with the correct amount of money. So making sure you have enough money. And also when you get change, or when you get money back because you gave too much money, you want to make sure that you get the correct change. So money is going to help us organize our budget and also make sure that we are spending the correct amount. So today we're going to be talking about 2 coins, as I mentioned previously. We will be focusing in on our dime, who has President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and also our penny, who has Abraham Lincoln. We want to be able to identify the coins by their names and by their values. And when I speak about values, I'm talking about how much are they worth. So when I go to the store and I want to buy something, how much of the pennies or how much of the dimes do I need in order to purchase something? So first I want to start off with the names. Our coin that we see here, we see that it is kind of like a brownish color. And a real coin like this is made out of copper. The president who is in the front is President Abraham Lincoln. That is the president that is in the front of this coin. This coin we call a penny. Repeat it after me. It is called a penny. Awesome. On the penny, we have Abraham Lincoln. A penny is made out of copper and it looks kind of brown. A penny also has the least value when we talk about coins. So when we talk about a value, I want to put a number so that we can know how much it is worth. A penny is worth 1 cent. So a penny is worth 1 cent. It is the coin with the least value. Because it is the coin with the least value, that means that the rest of my coins should be more than the number 1. Because let's remember, the least means the smallest. So a penny is only worth 1 cent. If I were to go to a store and I wanted to buy a piece of gum and the gum was worth 5 cents, how many pennies will I need in order to buy that gum? Well, if a penny is worth 1 cent, we would count it by one. So we would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have now 5 pennies. And if I have 5 pennies, that means I have 5 cents. We'll continue to get into this using coins as values later on in the week. But I just wanted to start dropping that seed in your mind so you can start thinking about that. Our next coin is kind of like a silverish color. It's made out of silver metal. And the president that is on here is President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Now, when I talk about President Franklin D. Roosevelt, I'm going to say President FDR because it's a shorter way to say his name. F for Franklin, D for his middle name, and R for Roosevelt. So Franklin D. Roosevelt is our president that we see on the dime. That's a way that we can remember. FDR, D starts with the same letter as dime. So, as I said already, I mentioned the name of this. What was the name? Franklin D. Roosevelt. D for dime. Awesome. A dime is worth 10 cents. Now, how can I remember that a dime is worth 10 cents? Well, I'm going to teach you a little Spanish so that you can remember that. A dime is worth 10 cents. In Spanish, the number or the way that you say 10 is diez. How do you say 10 in Spanish? Diez. Good. So the same way that D, Franklin D. Roosevelt, is for dime, in Spanish, the number 10 is diez. So I can remember that Franklin D. Roosevelt reminds me of a dime. And also in Spanish, the number 10 is for diez, which means that a dime is worth 10 cents. These are the two coins that we are talking about today. Now, when we look at these coins, we see that they have some things that are the same and some things that are different. Both of them are coins. Both of them have presidents on the front. Both of them also have a value in cents. The way they are different, who can tell me? What color is a penny? Yes, it is brown. Who's the president that is on our penny? Awesome, Abraham Lincoln. And a penny is worth how many cents? It's worth only 1 cent. Now let's look at our dime. Remember, FDR. Who's the president that is on our dime? Yes, President FDR. What color is our dime? It looks grayish, kind of like a silver color. And how many cents is our dime worth? Let's remember Spanish. Diez. 10 cents. Awesome. I'm going to challenge you guys right now. I'm going to put this coin and this coin up. And then I need you guys to tell me what are the ways that we can identify them. And remember, when we identify our coins, we want to identify them by their name and also by their value. On our board, we have 2 different coins. At the bottom, we have 4 different things that will describe these coins. We have names and we have values. Now, I know you guys see this sign here. It looks kind of like a C with a line through it. Whenever you see that sign, that is the sign for cents. So I will read this as 10 cents and this one as 1 cent, just so that you guys can remember that. Now, I need your help in order to identify these coins by their names and values. Let's start off with this coin. What do we call this coin? Let me hear you say it. Whisper it in your hand. Say it one more time. Yes, this coin is called a penny. I'm going to look for the word here that starts with that P sound. Penny. I've identified this coin by its name. I'm going to put an X there so that I remember that I've already used this. Now, I want to identify this coin, and I could use its name because I've identified the name. I want to identify this penny by its value. So how much is a penny worth? Yes, a penny is worth 1 cent. A penny is worth 1 cent. So I'm going to put the 1, and then remember our special sign for the cent. It's a C with a line through it. And I'll put an X down here because I finished it. Now I want to identify the second coin. And remember, the way that we remember that second coin is that President FDR is in the front. That D, which word here do we see that starts with that D? Yes, a dime. This coin is called a dime. I've identified the coin by its name. And the last thing I need to do is identify it by its value. How much is a dime worth? Remember the Spanish lesson I gave you? DS? Yes, 10 cents. Today we were able to identify coins by their names and their values. When you guys go into your Google Classroom, that's what you are going to be doing as well. There are going to be different types of questions. Some questions are going to ask you, how do these coins look? Other questions are going to ask you how much they are worth. Some other ones will also ask you their names. Make sure that you remember how the coins look, their names, and also how much they are worth. Thank you guys for tuning in today. On Tuesday, we will jump in and talk about our other 2 coins. Before I end today, bonus question. How many pennies do I need to equal a dime? If a dime is worth 10 cents, how many pennies will I need in order to get to 10? Well, let's count together. 1 penny is worth 1 cent. If I want 10 cents, that means I need how many pennies? Yes, 10 pennies are equal to 1 dime. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.